Alright, so Destined Rivals crash finally here. Booster boxes are down about $50. They're down to 350 to 360, 357 to be exact. And the price looks very unrecognizable, to be honest. Demand spiked up a little bit, 14 sold. But yeah, you're seeing just a lot of supply. Hobbiesville Boutique over here. It's one of the reasons they have 54 boxes listed at 370 plus $15 shipping. And then you see two sellers with one of them 100% feedback, 350 plus $50 shipping for 4. And then this is lower, newer seller for about 360 per box. A lot of the people above that are selling for like $400, but the really crazy thing is cases are now like $100 premium almost per booster box. So loose booster box are 357. Cases went down $50 as well, but there's still $446 a booster box. So that's about, yeah, that's $90 more per booster box. You're paying $450 more per case. And so, yeah, you see a lot of red here. PCTPs are also down 40. Just a lot of like $40/$50 price drops for Destined Rivals. It's really going down. Yesterday also went down quite a bit. Where this is going, like, honestly, the market's kind of slowing down for some things. Like, I watched Rudy's recent video on that. This kind of happened last year too. Well, he predicted last year, but yeah, this would be a bad time to be like overly leveraged in Pokemon. But this is also a really good buying opportunity for people. For cases, yeah, cases haven't sold since October 4th. A lot of just momentum's kind of died down. There's a lot of cases just under 2,700. PCTBs sold 0 yesterday, and PCTBs there's just one cheaper seller. And it goes back to about 380, so this hasn't really fallen as much. Just some sales. Normally TBs sold 10 yesterday, and yeah, still just under, like, you know, just under 120 for normally TBs. And then booster bundles, they're around 53 or 54, so these have dropped. Sold 32 yesterday. Yeah, these were like closer to 58 before. Now a lot of the prices are more consistently closer to 55. All right, 151 PCTBs up $50. There's currently 2 under the pretty much 990 price points. And then we head back to 1,000 afterwards. Like, I'm really not sure how long we'll stay in this like 900 sort of territory for 151 PCTBs. Everyone knows that like they're a very sought after item. 2 did sell yesterday. Someone finally bought the one for 890, which was for a while, and someone bought it for 950. I don't know. Like, there's gonna be some point where these will rise above 1,000 again. But yeah, currently right now, these are still pretty cheap at 950 over here per. And we're not really sure when these will rise back up. For the ETB cases, they're still selling for about 4,500, so that's about 1,100 something, 1,100 to 1,200 for one ETB from PCTB. And there's been no sales since the middle of the month. The middle of the month, people bought up quite a few of them for about 4,000 each. So, and then someone actually did pay the 4,500 price on end of September, but no one's really been buying them since, probably because PCTBs have been more stagnant. For normal ATBs, no sales last 2 days. These rose before, but now you're seeing 2 sellers for about 407, and then it goes for 415. But yeah, sales just kind of stopped all of a sudden. And the ETB cases, with 10 of them, they're about 4,900, so that's about 498 ETB. There's been no sales this month for that. No sales since like beginning of September, or most of them were like July to August. But yeah, that's about like $100 premium, or like $89 premium per ETB. For binders finally broke above 150, so they sold 3 yesterday. I'm guessing the ones where RJ breaks were sold or something. And yeah, binders, you know, I think they've gone up as high as like 160, and I know prismatic binders are kind of rising. So yeah, these might finally rise like, you know, 155 or something. For blooming waters, there's a decent deal right here. Someone's selling, there's no feedback, but someone's selling these for 160 plus $15 shipping. There's 2 of them, so you can get it for about 167 each plus tax or whatever. So pretty good deal on that. Otherwise, all the prices are like just slightly below 190. Only one blooming water sold yesterday. For UPCs, I think they're down like $5 or so. Actually, UPCs are down $10. And so are maintain displays are down 12. Bundle displays are down 10. Binders up 5, and PCTVs are up about $50. But yeah, these had no sales for 3 days. They sold 2 today, And yeah, there's two sellers selling these for about, oh, there's one seller selling 595, and he goes 607 and he goes 615. Like majority of sellers don't want to sell in the 620s for UPCs. For bundles, they're still just above $100. Bundle display is still rising. I mentioned this yesterday how like it kind of doubled. It's been around like 15 and 20 most of the days, and you saw a rise up to 38. Now it's 35. So bundle demand is kind of rising. I mentioned like pretty frequently how the price per pack for a bundle right now is pretty attractive. Loose packs are still essentially $17. I did put 16 every year because there's like one seller, but most of them are around $17. So getting bundles for the same price as loose packs is a pretty good deal. I know like Bullying Warriors is still cheaper and stuff, but yeah, just for that comparison, like, you know, I always wonder like what you could do if you had a rep and ship. If you had someone who had like a ton of Bullying Waters, you could say, okay, rip up all your Bullying Waters, just exchange the packs for me, and I get some premium or something like that. Like, you know, I could always see some sort of deals because like ultimately a lot of people do have 151 like sort of loose pack or collection box items that they'd rather change for bundles. For loose packs, number of loose packs sold was I think I wrote it, or I guess I didn't write it down. Oh, actually, you know, 32 151 loose packs sold yesterday, so not bad. Number of loose packs below like the higher price points, so I see yeah, over here, the minimum is $16. There's 30 packs, and then you see some of 1620 to 12 packs. Otherwise, it goes to $16.50 and $17 pretty quickly. That's about 40 something packs. 40, 50, say 55. That's about 60 packs. About 100 packs on this first page, roughly. And then yeah, like about like if you add this, it's like another. Actually, that's $18 or some shipping, but. Yeah, about 100, let's say 100 to 120 packs until we hit like 18 to 1850. So still not that far for 151 to rise. Booster bundle displays, they dropped a little bit, like they dropped like $10. No sales. In the last 2 days, they'd finally have a sale. And yeah, trading card guilds. So many of these stores have like the same one or sort of names. Trading card guild. It'd be funny if that was actually Trading Card World. They have one of these for about 1600. There's another seller selling for 1600 as well, but this is a pretty big seller, so it's probably pretty safe. Maintenance displays, they also dropped like $12. No sales since October 2nd, and just one seller selling for 362. Then goes back to 370s to 380s. Snorlax promo sold about 33 yesterday, and yeah, it's kind of dropping. It feels like it seems like it's dropping a little below $18 now, including the shipping. Our Mega Evolution gains are pretty much gone. Cases are back down to 1800, and it's not just one seller. There's a lot of like let's see how many sellers is that. That's about, I don't know, like 15 or so cases. But between like, I don't know, 8 to 10 sellers selling for 1800, and then it goes back up. Number of cases sold was one yesterday, one today, and number of boxes total, if you add up all the listings, is about 80 boxes sold. So Mega Evolution is still selling a bunch of boxes, but with the one case there, with this one selling 38, so that's about 44 total, and then this other case selling a 36, so yeah, about 80 boxes sold. But yeah, you're seeing cases are down $90, and they're pretty much at where they were at release. They're pretty much 1800. I haven't seen it drop this far before, and that's about $300 a booster box. Loose booster boxes drop down to see one of them's at 289, down 17, and the other one's at 315. So there's not really a case premium anymore. And yeah, it's just, I guess it was a little too early. We haven't even gone wave 2 yet, so I really wonder what happened during wave 2. For loose boxes, this is more expensive than the enhanced one. It's at 315, and a lot of people are trying to sell for exactly around 315. And then for the other box, which is at 290, so it's sold. Yeah, a lot of people are trying to sell this for about. There's only like one seller selling for about 290. Everyone else trying to sell for about 300, but still like $300 kind of where this box is at. For other price changes, let's see. Gardevoir PCTBs are down 5, so at 244. Lucario PCTBs are about 270 still, down $1. And then you see some ETB and bundle changes, like bundles are back down $2, so that's interesting. Yeah, the cheapest way to get packs now is still booster boxes. The cheapest one's about $8 a pack. It goes to $8, $8.33 a pack. For yeah, Lucario PCTB, Look at demand. Yeah, it's been selling like 3 per day. Nothing too crazy. And the price ladder, as it could go to 280, but yeah, you could definitely see like Spiderman kind of wind down. Gardevoir selling about 2 per day, and yeah, its price range is about 245 to 255. Lucario normal ETB, it's at 102, sold 20 yesterday. And yeah, I don't really expect the ETB prices to kind of move that much, at least rise that much. And then the Gardevoir still around $90, sold 40 yesterday. Booster bundles are around $58, and yeah, it's demand dropping down to 22 and 26. So yeah, I guess not too surprising. Might as well just buy booster boxes. All right, Paldean Fates price dropped all around. I'm not really sure what caused this. I'm guessing there's some sort of restock or something, but possibly a buying opportunity for Paldean Fates. I know a lot of people are looking to get into it. And a lot of them are probably targeting the December timeline. But if you look at the spreadsheet over here, yeah, bundle displays are down $110, so back to 1200. So not the least attractive price points. PCTB is down 10, they dropped to 430 now. ATBs dropped back down to 85, they're down 6. Booster bundles down 1, they're now cheaper than 151 booster bundles at about 99. So let's see what happened. So booster bundle displays, they did sell like 3 yesterday, but you see like the bunch of extra sellers, pretty big sellers trying to liquidate, and they're offloading their bundle displays for like 1200 to 1250 mostly, sometimes in the upper 1200s. And you see suddenly we get a lot more supply of Paldean Fates bundle displays. Comic Book Depot over here has the cheapest one, 1200. The next cheapest is 1230. And so I'm gonna skip over to bundles. A lot of this is also triggered by bundles of going down in price. So these were like around 110, 105 to 110 for a while. But the supply has increased, and part of the reason why these are so expensive is because the supply was so little. But you're seeing a ton of sellers just offload bundles around $100, and they get to like 105. So bundle prices have dropped. PCTBs down to 432, so kind of the lowest you've seen it in quite a bit of time. Yeah, it's been dropping like this whole month, and it's been really struggling. We see cards from Kanto have one of them for 432, then it goes back to 442. But yeah, these kind of keep dropping. There's been very few sales of these. Normally ETB is down about like $5 or $6, sold 3 yesterday. So ETB, the normal ETB demand is still really good. I don't get why the price isn't fully rising. But normally ETB demand has been pretty good. Selling 2 or 3 per day is really not that bad. And then loose packs over here. You see there's a cheaper sale over here. Coins and Card by Chris, 100% feedback. They have $13.20 plus $1 shipping for 11 packs. So it's basically $13.30 a pack. So a lot cheaper than next listings, which are like $14.20, $14.40. And the number of packs sold yesterday was about 8. So pack demand's kind of going down a little bit. Actually, adding these up, there's actually a lot more packs sold. So that's about 735, 35 plus 8. So 483 packs sold yesterday. So people are starting to buy out the cheaper packs. Also for the other day, I actually didn't look at it, but people have been buying out a lot of these. There's a store saying like minimum quantity 8, which had a bunch of cheaper packs being sold. But this is about 60 packs, 70 packs. Yeah, 70 packs on the 7th. So actually, I take that back. The pack demand is still doing really pretty well. People are buying up just the picture listings pretty much. All right, Prismatic pack demand is going crazy. 800 packs sold yesterday, and just so it's not clickbaity, 273 there. I did add up in a spreadsheet the numbers, and but approximately you want to get the idea of how the 800 came from. You see 373 there, and then as far as picture listings go, there's an extra, let's see, 90 over here, extra 1/4, so it's like an extra 230 packs. It's another 80, so that's like extra 310 packs. And then like there's some smaller numbers over there, so roughly you get about 700 with that alone, and then there's some other smaller ones if you add it up. But yeah, Prismatic really is the buy right now. In like a year from now, like you'll be regretting not getting Prismatic this cheap of a price. And people have been really buying it up. It's just so cheap compared to like a lot of other pack prices are around the same price. So why would you buy the like those over Prismatic? Pretty much that's sort of the rationale. 151 is like double the price. Crown Zenith hasn't been moving, but still like almost double the price. Paldean Fates is also like Crown Zenith and Paldean Fates are 50-70% more. So yeah, the packs are doing well. Packs did get a little cheaper. You do see some quantity like 840, 850 over here. So they did get a little cheaper. For binders I haven't covered in a while. But I did notice, I just looked at the market price that was listed. It was higher. I remember I stopped tracking it because it took forever to break $70. Like if you look at the graph, it's just very stagnant in this price point. I was like, it's not breaking 70. The low point was around 60. Like I remember at this point where it was $60, like wow, that's so cheap. Now it's selling for like 74, so I'm glad it finally broke out of the hump. I'm guessing that there hasn't been a lot of reprints of binders lately, which is why the price is finally rising. With binders, a lot of people are like, hey, they don't print as many of these, blah blah. We all know the 151 binder is like outrageously expensive. Like it's like 30 something dollars a pack. I think it even comes with less packs, like one less pack. So this is finally starting to rise, but a lot of other things have also risen in Prismatic. But you see, it's finally going back to kind of where it was at like some of the peaks. Like at the peak over here in March, it was around 77. It's not that far from that. At pre-release, it's selling for like $80. So we're getting back to some of the older prices, just like the Prismatic ATBs. The ATBs over here, technically down like $12. There's just a really good deal over here for Prismatic ATPs. Everyone wants it. So TNR rares, 100% feedback. They have $123 plus $5 shipping. There's 5 of them. It's basically $124 ATP, really cheap for today's prices. The next seller is also the next seller is selling for $140. They also have 2 ATPs, so you could get for like $135-ish. Maybe buy both of them. Otherwise, as I said before, prices are definitely going above 140. I'm not sure how high they will go, but at the bottom here you see like 145. There's not a lot of sellers with like we quickly reach up to like 142-ish just after a few sales. So Prismatic ATVs are definitely going up. The demand numbers 24, yeah, they've kind of recovered. Not as much as like 30 or 40, but still in the 20s is very respectable, and people are still buying these up. For ECB cases, you see another one sold yesterday, and I've been just saying like these are probably going to rise as the ETB prices rise, but ETB prices aren't rising as dramatically as before, so these might be just a little slow, but they've been like maintaining their $1,700 price at the lower end. For Prismatic ETBs, they're still around 61. 106 sold yesterday, and so bundle demand is kind of rising up back to like toward 100 now, as these are really cheap buys. Like I bought a couple of 151 bundles for like 75 or 80, so like I feel the pain. Like bundles, getting bundles for like $50 to $60 might seem a little too expensive, especially getting closer to 60, but like in like a year from now, like these things are gonna be so much more expensive. Prismatic is just so cheap right now, but yeah, a lot of the prices are hovering around 60 to 62 right now. And then SPCs are down. I think they're down $1. PCTVs are down like $11. But yeah, these are down a little bit. The demand for this sold 3 yesterday, and this store has no feedback, but it's essentially selling these for about $320 if you buy both of them because of the shipping discounts. Otherwise, like a lot of these are very solidly around $330. For PCTBs, I said that went down about $10 or so. They're at $405 now. 0 sold yesterday, and you just see one cheaper seller, and then it goes back to $415. For bundle displays, still around $1,500. No sales in the last 3 days. A little surprising. People usually buy it up. I did mention how having this price ladder be disrupted by someone putting at $1,525. When it goes from $1,500 to $1,600, $1,500 is more of an obvious buy. But now Prismatic bundle display demand has been slowing down. I know Paldean Fates also went down recently. And then maintenance sold 1 yesterday. There's just like way too much supply. Honestly, 151 maintenance aren't even doing that well, so relative to how they should be. But like the price ladder for Prismatic maintenance space is kind of fine. It's just that Illumination has them for really cheap over here. It has 36 around 2, this is 208. You buy as many as you want at 36, and after that you do see the 215s and 220s, which is kind of where it was before, show up. But yeah, broker dealer over here has a bunch of cheap ones around 200. It's just like there's not as much upside potential buying these. That's kind of why it's not rising as much. For EV promos for ETB 69 still yesterday, and these are still around $13. And then the Lucario boxes, they're at $115. And demand went back to kind of normal-ish, around 24. Yeah, honestly, like buying these up, if you get these for like 100 or less, like pretty good buy. Just to store the packs, hold it, have a system. Yeah, Prismatic is, let's have an opportunity for Prismatic. Our Crown Zenith booster bundle is down $10. Usually they don't really drop that much. One did sell yesterday. It was just one seller, 100% feedback. They have this for 115. There's only one. And then it goes back to 125. I keep counting the number of ones around 125. It seems like it's going up now. A lot of people just have like one bundle they have. 5 over here, 9, 10. There's about 10 bundles now until we reach 128. For Seeing Sky, the man kind of rose a little bit for so yesterday. I think that those are runs for Jam Sneakers, because Jam Sneakers, I've been tracking this. They had 20 and then someone bought 5, and now someone seems like they bought 4 because they're at 11 now. But they're the main person trying to undercut. You're starting to see a couple of smaller cells have like 1 or 2 boxes of Crown Zenith. But otherwise, like, yeah, Jam Sneakers is the main reason why Crown Zenith is a little cheaper. Also, the people who list a ton of loose packs. 21 packs bought yesterday for Crown Zenith, and you're still seeing like a lot of pack bunch up. 1485 to 133 packs, 1490 to 70 packs. Oh, does the person with 300 packs go away? The person with 300 packs or 200, oh no, they're over here. They're still at $15. So there's just too much supply, and people aren't willing to move their listings. ETBs are still around 230, sold 0 yesterday, and there's one of them there. And then there's someone else selling 2 of them for 220 plus $50 shipping, so you get for 227 about. You bought both of them. Prices are still around 240, and then PCTBs, no sales since December 30th, like really a long time without sale. That's like a week and a half ish. Price is still around 440. All right, Phantasmal Flames PCTB drops $100. I'm not too surprised. So the reason it rose $100, $700 a day was because someone bought 13, and there's been no sales since then. As soon as it goes down to 5 to 600, someone has bought 1, so that's a pretty good sign. Usually Juju Trading usually does sell quite a bit of PCTB, so really selling the PCTB market. Obviously, it's a great looking PCTB. A lot of people want it. I still think $600 is way too much. But a lot of people do want this PCTB, and you know, Charizard, PCTB, Mega Evolutions getting hot, so a lot of people are going after it. Booster boxes are still selling really well, so you see, well, this is the cases. So booster box over here, they sold 72 yesterday, 60 the day before that, and already 47 today. When I add the number of cases, it's 6 plus, and this is 8. This is 3 cases. So yesterday sold 78 boxes if you count the cases, and then this plus 18, that's 65 booster boxes already sold today. So this is still selling really well. And yeah, I've been talking about, I'm like speculating on, not really to drive FOMO or anything, but I'm just like looking at it as like the demand numbers are legit. They seem like a lot more than they were for other sets. And so that obviously leads to a short supply later. But we'll kind of see as that goes. Like, I want to know what this looks like in about a month from now. For normally TBs, they sold about 30 yesterday and 32 today, so it's actually pretty good. Like, if we start getting to like 50 or 100s, that would be really nice. And then bundles are selling for 72. They had a big spike yesterday of 19 sold. Usually it's about 10. And then for cases, I think cases went down about like $5. Yeah, they went down $5, and the cheapest cases are still having a premium. You're seeing with Mega Evolution, the case premium isn't really appearing as much anymore. So I think there's just a little too much supply, and the market's kind of slowing down a little bit. All right, joining together, still being kind of in the same place. So it's about 265 for this box, and then 270 for this box. Cases, I think they went down to 1587, so they're down $7. That's 265 a booster box. Still really cheap, but honestly, I think a lot of people are just trying to figure out what to do with their money right now. Even though Joining Together is rising, I think a lot of people are going like, well, do I want to buy Joining Together? Do I want to wait for something else to come up? Do I want to sell if I'm leveraged or anything? So 6 booster box sold yesterday for this one. There's only 1 box, and it's 270, but Joining Together price is still holding strong, mostly because it's just kind of appropriately valued. There's not really a reason for it to crash or anything. The promo is worth a decent amount. It's already like one of the cheaper booster boxes, so it's, you know, it's been a slow and steady thing, so it's not really as affected by crashes or whatever. This other booster box sold 0 yesterday, and a lot of the prices are still around 270. For this case, it's at 1587. It's from Yapari Games. I think they decreased their price. There was no cases sold yesterday. Only 1 case sold in the last 4 days. And yeah, Lapari Games and RJ Bricks are kind of fighting for the lowest spot. They have these 2, they each have 2 cases, and they're trying to fight to undercut each other. And then for PCTBs, they dropped to 190, sold 0 yesterday. One seller has them for 190, and then we still sell 195. It's pretty sad because these were around 200, and they just rose 200 recently. Now they're already back down. All right, Black Bolt White Flare. So PCTB still around 225. Demands went up to 4 yesterday, and then 1 today. And yeah, a lot of the prices are still hovering around like 240, 250 when I go up. So there's only like a few cheaper sellers. So just some opportunity for Black Bolt PCTB. White Flare is around 215 right now. Sold 2 yesterday, and let's see, yeah, the range is still 200, 220. The same thing. I mean, like Black Bolt is always where the opportunity is. Black Bolts normally TVs are down to like 85 or 86. I haven't seen them drop this low in a while. So 16 sold yesterday. They're almost the same price as White Flare, which is at 84, which is actually a little higher than normal. It sold about 12 yesterday. Booster bundles are going back down, so they're about 52, 53, which is kind of sad. I'm guessing with the decrease in momentum, like Black Bolt, White Flare are definitely get impacted. And then for White Flare, it's about 48, which is also down a little bit. Like target price is at least like 50. All right, Final Fantasy packs keep dropping, or prices keep dropping, and I saw this and I was like, oh, are we finally having the crash for Final Fantasy or something to really go down? Because the pack price has been very consistent. Like it used to be like 133, but recently it's been consistent around 123, and it's one of the things that's maintained the best. I saw like right now you see like 114 for a loose pack. Someone has 9 of them. It's actually a really good price. The seller is 100%. 100 sales, 0% feedback, but like if you like, it's pretty much $110 a pack, because if you divide out the shipping for these 9 packs, like it is a lot cheaper. But honestly, if you're buying 9 packs, you might as well just buy a collector box. Like, what are you doing? Why are you paying over? But still, like, it's still a pretty good deal. Otherwise, you still see the next seller selling for about 123. And so yeah, we're not quite crashed for packs, but if you will look at the prices over here, collector boxes are down about $20. They're about $12.40 now. Playbox cases, sadly, they're back to $1,300, so they're at $1,350. I saw these rise up fine to $1,400 after struggling so much, and now they're back down. It's pretty sad. Yeah, loose packs are down $9, as I said before. Omega packs are down down $5. Omega packs are now pretty much the same price as loose packs, which is really interesting because the Omega packs should be worth a little more. So I wanted to see how that's going. And then gift bundles are down like $3. Playbox are $4. Let's look at demand numbers. So for the packs, I didn't look at demand. Sold about 5 yesterday, 3 today. You're just seeing a lot of days of like 5 or less packs sold. So we're seeing an extreme, we're seeing hairline sort of demand, and we'll see if that kind of continues. For collector boxes, sold 6 yesterday, so we're getting a little bit above 6, or a little bit above 5 to 6. We'll see if this continues. Yeah, prices are just dropping like every day for these. These were, I used to say like 1,300 at the bottom. Now I see like 12. Then I saw 1,280. Now I see 1,250 at the bottom. People are just like fire selling these. For cases, yes, not surprisingly, no sales the last couple of days. People are waiting to see how far Final Fantasy falls again. For Omega packs, you see 1 sold yesterday, and yeah, I like you're seeing quite a few of them for selling the same price as loose packs. So either loose packs are too expensive, which honestly they kind of are, or Omega packs should be a little more expensive. We'll kind of see. Japanese at $700, sold 0 yesterday. It's been selling 1 to 2 per day, so it took a little bit of break. There's reboxes until 720. For play boxes, yeah, these are down to 225. There's like 250, 270 before. Demand rose up all the way to 20. It's been about like 15-ish, so it's a little bit more. But yeah, one seller has these. One seller is really cheap, $209 plus $15 shipping, so it's basically $214 a box if you buy all 3. Otherwise, box prices are still at $230s, but still quite a bit less than where they were before. Cases, yeah, as I said, these are sad. 16 cases available. 2 sold yesterday, which is kind of all right. But yeah, I mean, there's still a lot of them are still close to like 1,380 to 1,400, but so I've seen this happen before. Cases are going down. Don't hold your breath on cases. Gift bundles, sold 5 yesterday. Yeah, they're at 185 now, so still getting cheaper and cheaper. I guess definitely as play packs are getting cheaper. Spiderman is at 480, and I really wonder how far these will go. Like really, like Rudy is setting sort of a market bomb because he's buying some, but it'd be really interesting if these do crash down 200, 300. And then for playboxes, they're at 140, sold 40 yesterday. I want to look at demand for collector boxes. Collector box demand is still, it's like hovering like the 50s, so that's not too bad. That wraps things up for this video. I hope you walked away with a better understanding of the market. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button for more deep dives in the Pokemon market. Tell me what's the next big investment you're considering in the comments. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you all later.